Well, hello everyone and welcome to another episode here on the MIgardener channel. Hopefully you are going to enjoy. It's just a super quick MI short on showing you all how to preserve corn. So a lot of people have asked me how to preserve the harvest, and I've done a lot of how to preserve your harvest in years past, but I have not done any this year. So we're going to do this one on corn because it's super simple and it's super quick. So the first thing we're going to do is you're going to get fresh corn, whether from your farmer's market or your garden. We actually got these at the farmer's market. Here's a tip. Go early in the morning and ask them if the more you buy, the bigger the discount. So we were able to get a dozen ears of corn for $2.50, believe it or not. Locally grown heirloom corn for $2.50 a dozen. It's an unbelievable price. The next thing you want to do, here's a little life hack for you. So you don't make a mess. You want to take a trash can, take a drawer, put your trash bag like that. That way you have hands free and you're not making a mess all over the floor. And what we're going to do is we're just going to husk these. You want to prepare also, as a note, you want to prepare just a pan of water here because you want to blanch your cobs. You want to put them in boiling water for about 4 to 5 minutes, depending on the size of the cobs. Basically, you want them to be semi-cooked. You don't want them to be fully cooked because then if you freeze them, they'll be mushy. So you want them to still have a little bit of texture. You want to look for bad spots like that and just take it and cut that off there. So now you have good stuff because any bad spots like this, definitely you don't want to eat. Next thing you want to do, to save space in your pan, break them in half. Drop them in there like I said. Boil them for about 4 to 5 minutes just to gently cook them. Then what you want to do is once they've been boiled for 4 to 5 minutes, you want to transfer them over here to a ice bath. And this ice bath is going to basically cool them down so that they're cool to the touch because hot corn is very difficult to handle when you bring it over to the cutting station. So let's go to the cutting station now. Alright, so we're at the cutting station now, and the cutting station is just, we use a very sharp knife. Be careful with this because it can be a little slippery and you don't want to cut your finger here, but you want a super sharp knife, and you also want some way of holding the corn. I've seen some people actually use basically a bundt cake pan. That works out so great, but we don't have one here. We're kind of doing it old school, but a bundt cake pan actually has that hole in the center, and you can actually do whole cobs if you're able to. If you're lucky enough to be able to do the whole cob, you can stick the whole cob in the bundt pan, and then you just shave it off like that, and it keeps it from slipping around. That's an old school trick that my mom taught me. But if you have, just something with a lot of walls, like a brownie pan, that's what I'm using here. It's totally fine. It just kind of keeps the juice contained and it allows you to push what you're doing to one end so that you can cut. Now the very last thing we're going to do is just cut. You want to cut not too deep because you don't want to cut into the cob because that leaves hard edges. A lot of you have probably tried the canned corn, and I know you hate about canned corn, and it's those very hard edges that makes it taste like you're eating field corn. This actually, it does have a little bit of waste, but if you notice here, you're only wasting about, I'd say maybe a sixth of the kernel. You can actually rub your fingers along here and you can feel the cob underneath there, and that's what you should feel. Don't go any deeper because then you're actually going to be getting some of that hard cob in your corn kernels here. And so you can see here, it comes off in nice little sheets, and like I said here, here's a sharp knife. I'm not going to apply any effort at all, and I'm just going to basically cut just like that. It's effortless with a sharp knife, and it really makes the processing time a lot quicker. So there you go, running along there. You got your cob. This can be disposed of. Throw it in the compost pile. Don't really leave it out because raccoons love these, and raccoons in your garden is a bad thing. So I suggest throwing it deep down inside the compost pile or feed it to your worms. Worms also love corn cobs. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a freezer bag. This is really simple because it's already been blanched and everything. You're just going to take the corn, throw it into a freezer bag, and then you're going to basically seal the bag by pressing out all the air. Throw it in the freezer, and it's going to last for up to 7 months. So it's a great way to use, basically a great way to use some local, fresh stuff when it's in season, so that when it's out of season, you can still have it. So hopefully you all enjoyed this episode. Hopefully you learned something new. Definitely post in the comments box below any ideas you have for more preserving the harvest videos. I'd love to hear what you guys have in mind and what you guys would like to see. And also check out the other videos. I'm going to post a card where you can check that out so that you can actually see all the other videos we've done on preserving the harvest, because there's quite a few of them and they're definitely helpful to preserving that harvest as well. So hopefully you all enjoyed. Hopefully you learned something new. Hopefully you are growing bigger going home. And this is Luke from the MIgardener channel. See ya. Bye.